Oh. Oh, hello YouTube. How you doing today? It is now after all of my opening shifts. I am so glad that I'm done with my openings. It's just been too bloody cold in the morning to ride my bike. Now I know I've rode in cold. And so forth. But what with it being cold when I get to work, and me being a smoker, I would rather smoke inside my Blazer than be exposed to 20-degree weather during the day. Now, I actually do have something to talk about today, and this is a response to a vlog I watched earlier. I can't remember who put it up present, but I'll find it when I get back and yeah, get that taken care of. And the ants, well, yeah. And the vlog was talking about U.S. gun laws. Now, I am not an advocate of all sorts of firearms. I do believe that people should have the right to keep and bear arms. So that's not an issue. But that being only for particular purposes. Like home defense. Now, me personally, I have never needed anything higher powered than a 22. Now, to give you an idea, that's a very small, very weak bullet. You don't need anything really more powerful than that for home defense. Why? Because even if it's home defense, at least here in the state of Oregon, if you kill somebody, you can still be charged with murder or manslaughter and what have you. So, everybody that's going out and buying like a 12-gauge shotgun for home defense had better be packing some less than lethal rounds in that thing. And everybody's like, well, in the heat of battle, it doesn't matter. You want to be packing less than lethal. You don't want him to be killed or anything like that. You just want him out of your house. If they come in packing lethal, though, you have no choice. So have lethal options. Now, I talked to a buddy of mine about this. We actually got into a discussion about it at work. And yes, it is illegal to kill inside your own home. But you want that lethal option at least 3 rounds in. That way you don't have to worry about dropping the magazine or loading in the lethal options. So here's the trick. If you've got a higher power weapon, like a pistol or something, you want the first 3 rounds to be like rubber bullets. They're not going to kill, they're going to hurt horribly, but they're not going to kill. So, I am military trained, so I figure, hey, 3 rubber bullets, and if they're still not out by that time, you've got lethal option. And I'm trained to a high degree of accuracy and calm under fire. Now, the average citizen is not. If they haven't been military trained, even professionally trained citizens that have their concealed carry permit will panic when they're under fire. In cases like that, they should have a full mag or a full clip, what have you, of less than lethal options. And then worry about the lethal. Because they're going to panic fire. And panic fire is rapid pull of the trigger without any sight, well, I should say firearm control. They're just going to point it in the general direction and pull the trigger rapidly. And that's panic fire. Now, in home defense situations, that's okay, as long as you're packing nothing but less than lethal. And the only way to train yourself for firearm discipline under fire is to actually put yourself in a situation like that. Firearm discipline under fire. Now, the way the military does this, and it seems kind of crazy, but they expect discipline under fire. Now, they have, it's sort of a subconscious thing. They will put you in an under fire situation in which you are not able to fire back. Now, there's a known distance range that they have, where they take half your platoon or half your company and they put them on a line and they're shooting at targets. The other half is at the far end of the range, behind a berm, operating those targets, dropping them down, putting in markers where the holes are, and then raising them up. And you're there all day. So you're constantly listening to the crack of the firearms and the bullets going through the targets and whipping by. So you're used to it. You subconsciously get used to it. Then they have another one called the night infiltration course. And what you do here is they take a row of heavy machine guns, a model called the M60, and they're all computer operated. More on this as soon as I get done with my banking. Now, with those M60s, the Army will put you behind a berm, and fire them over your head. Now, granted, these things are aimed at a target, and if they swing off target by even a millimeter, they shut down. They make you climb over this berm, and they're actually zeroed to like 6 feet over your head. So unless you were 6 foot tall and decided to stand up in the middle of that gunfire, you didn't have to worry about it. Now, so they're firing over your head. They make you crawl over this berm and crawl 100 meters past quarter sticks of dynamite going off in protected enclosures, under barbed wire, over logs, etc., to get to the other end. And this is to help train you for calmness under fire, because you're being fired at. Granted, you're not being fired at accurately, and they don't want any deaths during training. So that's what they do, is you crawl towards the heavy machine guns while they fire over your head. Now, that's for the Army side of it, and civilian side doesn't get that. They don't get the luxury of calmness under fire. A lot of civilians' experience with firearms is literally just the firing range. And while that will familiarize yourself with the sound of gunfire going off around you, none of it is actually being aimed at you. Because everybody's facing one direction, all that good stuff. And that'll train you for that. But it still doesn't give you that experience of the bullets going by. And there's only so much that can be done about that. I mean, yes, you can go shooting paintballs or go shooting soft air. That still doesn't give you the same experience. So, they end up in a panic fire situation. Now, having said that, and the thought process that goes along with situations like this, why do civilians need high-powered rifles? I mean, yes, it is nice to play with Second Amendment rights, but do you need that 50 caliber sniper rifle? Do you need that M60 heavy machine gun? Do you need that AK-47? In home defense situations, that is not needed. If you train yourself for accuracy, practice discipline under fire, or you can even get the discipline under fire experience, then you don't need anything heavier than a .22. Because you'll have that experience. You'll have that discipline. And you won't have to worry about, quote, unquote, over-penetration of your round. Which when you get a high-powered rifle, that's what you're going to experience when in a home defense situation. The bullet will go through your target, through the wall behind your target, across the street, through the wall across the street, through the through another person, through anything that happens to be in the way. And that's what people run into. I mean, if I'm in a home defense situation, I don't want my bullets going through multiple obstacles and possible unknown civilians. But people think, hey, a high-powered firearm is going to be a deterrent. It never is. You can have that 50 caliber sniper rifle. You can have that full auto machine gun. The only thing you're going to do is waste lead and possibly kill somebody that you didn't intend to. And then you get slapped with another charge on top of the murder or manslaughter for the guy that's in your home. Anyway, that's enough for right now.
Thank you for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. I'd much appreciate it. Ride safe, my brothers. Ciao.